Welcome. Welcome, everybody. John Zager, johnzager.com. How's everybody doing today? Good? Good. So, wanted to get on and do a quick little YouTube. Haven't done much recently. Holidays and everything, kind of busy with all that. So, they're over, or at least Christmas is over, I guess. And so I thought I would come on and do a quick YouTube. Not going to be very long, just some information on our personalities and how we get them and how they affect us. Okay? Let me explain that a little bit further. So when we're young, before the age of 7 or thereabouts, we get our personalities and how we think, act, and feel based on modeling behavior and what's being told to us as we're little people, very receptive to a lot of different ideas. And we watch people and we see how they act, mom and dad, aunts and uncles, grandparents, all that kind of thing. And we decide for ourselves who we are. We start defining what we like and what we don't like about their different behaviors. And we adopt certain ones and we reject others. Okay? So, as we get older, our personalities become more anchored and we get very comfortable with who we are. We like the way we interact with other people. We like our views towards maybe the country, the politics, the government, all kinds of things. We start developing opinions of what we like and what we don't like. We're refining our personality. We come across reasons that we like people more so than others, some of which may be good, some of it may not be so good. And we pick up strengths and weaknesses as we continue to age based on our personality. Here's where I want to kind of venture off into another area of personality and growth and maturity. So when you're younger, you have a family, probably a mom, a dad, maybe some sibs, relatives, some friends, school friends, neighbor kids that you play with. You might eventually get a little part-time job and have some people you hang out with or know at your job called colleagues. That all continues as you get older, through your teens, through your 20s, into your 30s. All of that continues. And there's a point in time where you start losing some of that as a result of maybe parents or a parent or aunts or uncles or relatives. They begin to age and they die, they pass on. And that's a troubling time, and it takes a while to work through that. But you begin to dig deep and find out who you really are and that you're okay without that person. And all that you learned from them are your strengths that you can take away and use any time that you want, even though they're not here, right? The opposite is true. Maybe some of those people, for instance, a parent or something, passes and what they had taught to you or modeled to you was unhealthy, was weakening, was not strengthening your personality. And you actually were maybe a little dependent on that parent or those parents or that adult, right? And so when one of them passes or they pass or that person passes, you know, the modeling that you have left is pretty weak, and it leaves you insecure. Okay? So time goes on, you continue to age, and I'm presenting this in what would be a normal lifespan of people. I'm not necessarily talking about if people die when they're young and you're still young. But as you begin to lose people, there does come a point in time where you could be the only surviving relative, right? And there's nobody left. That's option number one. Number two is that as a result of belief systems and personalities and just people and families having dysfunctions, you know, you may not have been very close to your family. And as a result, when people leave, you're left with, yay, I'm glad they're gone. They were mean to me. They mistreated me. They didn't give me the love and the respect and the nurturance that I needed. I'm okay. I'm going on with my life. Or two, you know, the other side of the coin could be that you developed a dependent personality of sorts, maybe traits, while they were alive, and when you're left with being the last relative, so to speak, when everybody has passed away, you're left insecure, and you're not sure what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to act or if you'll survive. You know, you begin to think, will I survive by myself? So it can get a little muddled up in there based on the family that you came out of and the way that they modeled to you behavior and beliefs and perceptions, and your personality was formed, right? So I'm going to have some coffee. Here's the I don't know, I guess it could be viewed a little ugly, but here's what you need to do if the second case I just talked about were more true. Then you were strong and independent and went on about your business after people passed away, and you continued to be strong and independent and giving and loving and sharing and all that. Here's what I think needs to happen. I think what needs to happen is that you need to be realistic. You need to be realistic and go back and look at those relationships that made you dependent on them. The reason that you could be dependent on them is because of their personality disorder, which requires maybe a child to become dependent. And that personality of that adult wants you to strictly be happy based on them and not teach you the things about loving other people, loving people, being giving, being just, responsible for yourself, responsible for other people, and how you can help them get along. They're not teaching you the positive things about strength and inner strength and your personality. They're not teaching you things about you're okay, by giving you love, signs of love, signs of nurturance, as you're growing up, supporting you, going to sporting events with you, going to social things with you, being proud of you. All of that sort of nurturance doesn't happen. And I think as they pass away and you feel insecure is the time, and it should have happened sooner, but is the time you need to sit down and say, maybe you're angry about that. Maybe you're upset about that. And begin to look at all of the strengths that you have. You have a lot of strengths, right? And a lot of the qualities that you have that are appreciated by other people. And look at your relationships with other people and what you get out of it. You get the love, you get the nurturance. Start looking for things that you're okay. You always have been okay, even when those people that have passed away were alive and trying to cause you to become dependent on them. You need to sit down and go back and look at that sort of thing and come to the realization that you never needed them back then. Why did you listen to them? Again, a time to go and reprogram your belief systems, remember? We are given beliefs and perceptions that are not true for us. And clearly in that situation, those beliefs were unhealthy for you. And you need to go back and reprogram. Reprogramming is repetition. The subconscious, right, the operating system, requires repetition in order for it to become hardwired again. But again, not to be freaked out by it, not to be overly nervous about it. It's your world, it's your life, you're okay. You need to just go and understand that what they were doing may have been very unhealthy. And I think this is a good good time for sure, that you can be angry with them. And it's okay to vent that anger. It's perfectly okay to vent that anger. So anyway, I kind of wanted to touch on that because I've run across some people over the holidays that seemed a little insecure. They're by themselves. They no longer have any family around or friends or whatever, and they're feeling really insecure. And my conversation with them is, tell me a little bit about your upbringing and who modeled behavior to you, and how was that? Did you in fact feel a dependency on them? You either felt good or bad based on how they made you feel. And now, is that affecting you now that everybody's gone? And is that why you seem insecure right now over the holidays? The holidays are supposed to be a time to have fun. Go have fun. Go have fun. Nothing is going to happen to you. Nothing is going to happen to you. Start reprogramming and change those beliefs and perceptions, and find out that you're a very strong, confident individual, and go on with your life. So anyway, give that some thought, and I will try to start getting back here to YouTube and doing these short little broadcasts, I guess, and hopefully they'll be helpful for you. Please subscribe, hit the share button, hit the little bell notification so that when things come up you can get them. And it looks like it's going to be a nice New Year's here on the Eastern Slope. God bless everybody. Take care of one another, and I look forward to talking to y'all again real soon. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye.